friends, I'm Sarah Joy. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, I vlog every single Tuesday. I give you lots of home decor tips, and I also take you behind the scenes on a lot of DIY projects that I do around here. So if you're looking for some interior styling tips or just some fresh inspiration, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around so that you don't miss a video whenever they come out. Today, I want to be sharing some tips with you on what makes a great guest bedroom. This is one of my favorite topics. One, because I like thinking of ways to make people's stay great whenever they come and spend the night with us. And then I also think about my experience when I've spent the night at other people's places. I like to bookmark different things that I encounter or I come across when it's really great or really nice. And try to bookmark it for the next time so that I can replicate it whenever I have somebody come over. So I have compiled a list of these and I'd like to share it with you today so that whenever you start having people over to your home or your apartment, you can give them a really great experience. So let's get into it. The very first one that I'm just gonna say it almost goes without saying, but provide a toothbrush. I can't tell you how many times people just forget the toothbrush, or maybe you're not even meaning to spend the night, but then things get late and you have to spend the night at somebody's house. It is so nice to have that one thing just taken care of. Just take it off the list. Somebody's always gonna need a toothbrush, whether it's you and you're just really needing a new one and you don't feel like going to the store, you can just go snatch the other one. But just have some extra toothbrushes on hand, people. It's always gonna come in handy, and there's always gonna be somebody that needs one, forgot one, just wants to use a new one, I don't know. But have some extra ones on hand. I feel like that is my number one tip, and it's also probably a very common tip, but you know, just do that one. The next thing that I feel like is a really, really great touch whenever I've seen it is people who have full-size toiletries ready to go for the guest bathroom. So a full-size shampoo, a full-size conditioner, a full-size body wash, a full-size toothpaste. It's awesome. Now, don't get me wrong, we'll always make do if you have, you know, the travel sizes ready to go. That's really nice for people to be able to grab and maybe take with them if they're going somewhere else. But it's just really nice to not have to load all of those little bottles into the shower with you every time. They're already, you know, stationed in place, ready to go, filled up. And if you're thinking about this for your house and you're thinking, I don't want it to dwindle down over time and then not look full, you know, I don't want like partially empty bottles in there. You can buy like a dark amber glass bottle that you can label, and then you can just refill those with whatever products that you have on hand. Maybe you'll use the same thing in your bathroom, and you can just keep them full and have the excess product, you know, stored underneath the cabinet somewhere out of sight. It's really, really nice to have those full-size products in stock, especially if somebody's maybe like staying with you before or after a long trip. They've already packed all of their little toiletries, and again, it's really nice to not have to take all of those things out and load up the shower and then take all of them back, and you're trying to repack your stuff and they're all wet. It's not the most ideal situation. So if you have all of those taken care of in full size, it's just really great, and it looks great too. The next thing, let's talk comfortable bed. So the very first thing I would think is some kind of temperature control. In every instance, you're not going to be able to give somebody, you know, the reins of the air conditioner or the heater, but what you can do is provide them with a couple extra amenities to make sure that they have a very comfortable stay. Now, not everybody is this kind of person. I am this kind of person, and I can tell you it makes all the difference in the world whenever somebody has a fan. Either a ceiling fan or another fan. I just need some kind of air moving in the room whenever I'm trying to sleep. So that makes all the difference in the world for me. Maybe you're not like that. Maybe you are always cold. Then I would have some extra layers on hand so that people can make it warmer if they need to, and they're not just stuck with the one sheet and the one blanket that you have on the bed. Maybe you have some extra throw blankets that you can put there, or bonus, a heated blanket or a little space heater. That would be amazing. So people can really regulate their temperature control while they're staying with you. Everybody has like a different internal temperature going on, so you just really feel it at night when you don't have those things, and it's It's really, really nice to have. Another thing that's totally optional, but you just need to know your own space. Let me just say that. If you maybe live next to a really noisy place, or maybe you have some really noisy dogs or really noisy neighbors, and you just know that about your house, or maybe there's some creaks and stuff that you're totally used to, but maybe your guest isn't. The house makes some spooky noises. I don't know. Having a sound maker might be one of those things that really up-levels your friends or your guests' experience, where they can turn on a noisemaker and kind of go to sleep with it. There are really cost-effective ones, probably like $15 that you could get at Target or Walmart or someplace like that, where they'll do white noise, they'll do rain sounds, they'll do thunder, they'll do ocean, and it's just really nice. You just have some kind of droning sound to be able to put people to sleep and drown out everything else that's going on. Again, with the sleep gear, this one, I just feel like I'm very particular about this. When we stayed at Airbnbs and stuff, it makes all the difference in the world to me when I have white towels and white sheets and a white comforter. There's something about an all white bed when I'm staying someplace that's not my own that feels very reassuring. That you can tell if it's clean, you can tell if it's been slept in a million times and maybe not cleaned. Just having, matching all white bedding, it's just very reassuring because you feel like, yes, it was cleaned. If it wasn't, I'd be able to see it right away. So if you're able to, I'm not telling you to go buy something brand new, but if you could at least get like maybe white sheets, that would be amazing. And I think it just really helps people feel at ease when they're climbing into a strange bed. That's all. My next tip is to go buy yourself some new pillows for the guest bed. I know it's very tempting to just offload all of the things that we don't use anymore into the extra pile. And you might do that for like camping or like forts or whatever, but just go buy some new pillows for the guest room. Nobody wants to like accidentally peek underneath the pillowcase and see like this lumpy yellow pillow that has been around since your childhood. I'm not saying you have to go spend a ton on these. Target has some that are like $5 to $7. And you can at least get, just a really basic, medium firmness new pillow. You can also go places probably like TJ Maxx or Home Goods, HomeSense, depending on where you're at in the country, and they have a lot of, higher brand name pillows that could almost be like a luxury brand, and you can find those that are usually pretty cheap. I think $10 to $15 maybe, and those would be a great guest experience. And then you can use the $5 ones to add extra pillows to the bed. Just having some newer ones that all kind of match in their firmness level and look, it's gonna go a long way. The next thing that's very reassuring whenever you're staying at somebody's house is having a little bit of water. Nobody wants to go and try to drink some of your sink water. Maybe they need to take medication before bed or first thing in the morning. You need a little bit of water for that. You might be, in the middle of the night trying to go to sleep and you're like really thirsty, or you wake up and that's usually one of your first things to do is take a sip of water. Just having a couple bottled waters in there for them or a carafe of water is really nice. Another thing that I've noticed whenever I've stayed at different places is if there's no specific place to put my used wet towel, if there's no hanger, if there's no hamper, you kind of don't know what to do with the towel and you start draping it over, chairs or the bed frame or whatever, just trying to find a place to put your towel. So if you give your guests somewhere to put their used towel, that would be amazing. So again, a little hamper or a little towel rack or something gives their towel a home. And that's really nice. Bonus, if you have time to do these last two things. First one, have an extra phone charger on hand. It's really nice to be able to do that, especially, again, it's kind of like the toothbrush. If somebody didn't realize that they were going to be spending the night and then they need to crash at your place, it'll be great to have an extra one on hand, so that's one less thing that they have to think about that they didn't bring. And the next thing is, if you have time, go ahead and dust your guest bedroom. I can't tell you how many times we've stayed at some place that was obviously like just not used for the past 6 months or a year, and you go in there and just start sneezing so many times, and you just feel all of the dust that just got kicked up when you started using that room. So if you have time to give it a little dust, kind of let it air out, maybe breathe in there a few times so that you get the full experience before you send your guests in there. That can make a big difference in their stay and in their general well-being whenever they wake up from a night at your place. All right, friends, I hope that helped, and I hope that you will be hosting a lot of great people in your home this year, because that's always fun and memorable. And to make a great, comfortable stay for somebody else, it's just really special, and you can make them just really feel at home when they are away from home, which is a great thing. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a comment or like it. Share it with a friend. I would be most appreciative of that. Stay tuned for next Tuesday. I will be out with a brand new video for you, and you won't want to miss it. Bye, guys.
What a wonderful